glance around this area. I see you. It's a book. There's an old diary covered in dust. Lifting it leaves a clean spot on the table. August 9th, evening, it's bedtime, but if I can't sleep, I start to get scared. It's dark. I can see my face in the window. When I see my face in the window, it looks strange. My eyes look strange. My nose looks strange. My mouth looks strange. My head feels strange. I want to get rid of Ayako, but if I do, I feel like I'll lose something. That's why I hope I can sleep tonight. I'm going to take it that there are doppelgangers of everybody, and for some reason the doppelgangers are fusing with their own self, or something like that. Because there was the thing saying that there's two becoming one, or weird stuff like that. But yeah, not to mention the double face thing. What do I know, right? There's another shiny here, and there's something to examine there. Many paintings are attached to the wall. It's hard to tell with the faded paint, but it looks like it was drawn by a young child. There's also a shiny over here. There's actually two shinies right here. There's an old letter to Madoka. Dear Madoka, how are you? Have you decided on a name for the canary I gave you? I'm sorry for leaving you alone all the time, but I'm always thinking about you. Take the crowns with you, okay? You like pictures, so I'm sure it'll make you happy. The doctor will also like it. He says that drawing pictures will help you get better, so please draw. I think that's very frightening that you are forgetting so many things, but Madoka, you are from the Tsukamori family, so the moon will always protect you. That's why there's no need to worry. Do exactly as Dr. Hibera says. Be a good girl for Mother. I'll come check on you again soon. Love, your mother. And I'll grab the second thing. And it's the measure function. Old books and pictures litter the damaged desk. There's a children's book, but it's so worn that I can't recognize the contents. Lots of children drawings of shadow creatures on the wall. Was there another item over there? Yes, there was. And it's Type 61 film. Is there a doll hidden somewhere? Yeah. Oh, this side that we can actually pull back. What was that? Whatever your heart desires. Thinking of this blue thing, I'm seeing through the light of something else. Like through the wall, I mean. I just need to look down or something. Yeah, I think it's through the wall. Let's go interact with this. Or not. Did they turn to a different person when I took a picture of them? Or no, I guess that was them. Madoka? Why are you just standing right there? Give me a second to interact with you. Just kind of looking around the room firstly. Red crystals times 5. Madoka. You are Madoka, aren't you? Yeah, sure, I'll head towards you. That's a bad idea. Are we... Okay. Well, there she goes. I don't think it was the right place to be reaching for there, Misaki. I don't know how you feel about Madoka, but I don't think it's appropriate. Here we go. Second floor, nurse's log 2. An old nurse's note fell. Seems to be a regular report. July 19th. Today's report is about Ayako from room 207 again. Around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I heard Madoka crying, and I hurried over to her. Her pet canary had had its head cut off with scissors. You know, just normal children pranks. Ayako stood there, holding the bloodied scissors. It was obvious what she had done. She just kept laughing as far as scolding, as though she had no second thoughts about it. Her mischief is going too far, and it's not just the inability to distinguish right from wrong. Beginning with Madoka, I'm beginning to worry. The influence Ayako is having on the other children isn't good. Even with the director involved, I haven't been able to devise an effective treatment for her. It looks like a children's drawing that's been pasted here. Since we took a close-up of it, I guess it means something important. Are we gonna get attacked like they all predict? Or is this really just the... I missed my picture opportunity. Well, there went that. There is a doll in the clock. Wow. Oh, wow. I wouldn't have noticed that for I don't... maybe I would, but it just seems like a There you go. Doll on the clock. Well, that was the thing. Let's open you up. Nurse, where'd it go? I know we're supposed to go over that way, but I'm actually going to return to the save station first for 2 reasons. A, I'm going to buy a healing item because I desperately need it. B, I'm going to go save my game. Let's do it. In this particular case, I am, because I'm pretty sure there's not a save station ahead of me. And since I will literally die from one hit, I don't want to do all this all over again. I'm going to play a little bit precautious right now. But this precautionary action is probably the wisest decision I can make right now, honestly. I know it's a nightgown, not a skirt, but whenever you go down the stairs, it looks like it's trying to flap its wings or something. It's my first time using the shop in this game, so let's see. Herbal medicine, 10,000 points for a fucking herbal medicine? Okay, actually, I have more than I realized. I misplaced a 0 in my calculations. But yeah. Sure. Acquire herbal medicine. That's all I need. Save. I'll make a save file here. There we go. Exit the save menu, yes. Well, actually, I probably could have. Whatever the case. Item, herbal medicine, use, so I don't die. Now let's head on out. Let's get up. Let's make our exit. The way the woman probably went, so yeah. So many places to come and go. Now, obviously, the nurse ghost was trying to lead us further down the hallway. The rule of Fatal Frame is usually try following the ghost if you see them walking in some direction. They're usually trying to point you to where you need to go, or at least somewhere to go. Is this door still locked? We did get attacked by spirits that opened up this door. It's still firmly shut, but there was a ghost that came out of it earlier, so I was just deciding to check. Alright, let's continue there. Yes, I do want to load. No, I didn't die. I decided I was going to close and reload it so that you all could see. I didn't even encounter any other ghosts. I decided I was just going to reset it. No, the game didn't crash. I just closed it and restarted it because you guys weren't able to see and I was in the middle of a cutscene. So I thought, I'll just do this because I literally just saved my game. But yeah. Well, let's follow the ghost. Let's follow the ghost, of course, a ghost to see where we wanna see the most. There you goes. I got a nice picture of them. Anyways, now that we snagged a picture of them, let's enter inside this room. And in my opinion, this one, out of all the rooms I've been inside the game, we're actually almost caught up to where I was previously. I mean, we're not quite there, but we're getting close. But out of all the rooms I've seen so far in the game, this is one of my favorites. After giggling. I always like to look at this room. I have to admit, it's kind of a spooky room. Doll parts are stacked on the shelves. When you move close to them, you get the feeling someone's watching you from across the room. You know, I bet one of those dolls I need to take a picture of is somewhere in this room. Oh, there's a shiny here. I'll pick it up. I forgot to use the herbal medicine. And that's kind of cheap because that's a cutscene grab. Well, at least we got to see the game over screen. No, load. I had an herbal medicine, but I forgot I needed to consume it. I guess it's good I went back and saved my game and grabbed the herbal medicine because I didn't realize there was going to be just an automatic grab there, and I didn't have enough health to withstand that. Now let's battle the ghost. Oh, hi, woman. He's in a terrible position. Fuck my life! I got stuck on the bed and I couldn't look down because of my control. Okay. Okay, game. Sure. Fine. Use my items. People are just debating so hard about what she's wearing, this character. I mean, let me see. Can I get a good... I mean, it's definitely not a skirt. People have been saying it's maybe a blouse with a nightgown underneath. I don't know, maybe. It's some type of dress thing. I don't really know the full extent. It might be a dress, might be a nightgown, whatever it is. It's very flowy. At the very least, when you go up and down the stairs, it fucking looks like it's about to flap its wings and fly off or something. But regardless, I mean, it's a one-piece thingy-majigger. It's got little string things. People... We'll start talking about the outfit she's wearing, the debating what it is. It might be a negligee. I'm not quite sure about it. But yeah. Moving through and out. And yes, she is wearing heels. Again, I don't know what they... This is an island where they were abducted when they were children. It's abandoned, no one lives here, and they came in like their nicest clothes. There you go. There's the 1,000 points I get for taking that photo. On out, and let's open the door And the thing is, it's not like they were wearing these outfits before they like. They weren't wearing the outfits for any other occasion. They knew they were coming to the island. They purposely came here, and this is just how they decided to dress for such an occasion. I don't know. Just I'm gonna stop talking about that because whatever. I understand that's really just because they want the characters to look nice as opposed to being rationally dressed for such an occasion. But it's certainly something to think about. It's like, huh. So you got abducted here when you were kids. 2 of your friends died here, and you came here wearing your nicest clothes. Like, I don't know why. It's abandoned. There's no one that lives here, and now we know that it's haunted. Now, to be fair, we didn't know it was haunted before we got here, but still. Nice little doll hands. Can we skip scenes in this game? Ha 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 ha. Girl. She just posed right for that shot. Oh, is this a 4 combo? That's my first 4 combo. Yay. Well, that time she went down very easily. Oh.
あなた、誰なの？忘れたの？一緒にいるよ。私がいれば大丈夫。ずっと一緒にいようね。大丈夫だから。
Another chapter bites the dust. Now, I don't actually know how many chapters are in this game, but I bet if you include the prologue, there's probably 13 or 14. Because if you notice, every single time there's a chapter screen and we finish a chapter, there's a different phase of the moon that comes up. And since there was that clock thing earlier, that would mean that there'd be 12 different phases. And I'm guessing there was the prologue chapter, which didn't include one of those, so that would be 13. And maybe there's an epilogue, maybe there's not, or a final chapter or something like that. So my guess is that there are 13 to 14 chapters, maybe 15 if we're really pushing it. And if that's true, we're now just entering the 3rd chapter right now. I know this is supposed to be a longer game, so yay. On one side, though, that 2nd chapter there, the chapter that we just played, was significantly shorter than the 1st chapter, though. But yay. Let's choose this, overwrite the save file, and let's go forward to the next one. Now, the next chapter is the last chapter I played, so once we get past this next chapter, we're going to blind territory for myself. But the next chapter I definitely did play, and I definitely remember. Hopefully I fixed an issue, because when I previously played this chapter, I had this really annoying issue that the game would keep on freezing for me and pop up with an error message telling me about some threading issue or something. I think I fixed that because I haven't noticed, because that also happened once or twice before I got to that point, and it hasn't happened at all so far. So thank God. That was the most annoying thing I could ever think of. I had to, every single time I got into a combat scenario, I'd have to like pause the game multiple times in the middle of the combat, so for it to tell me there was an error or something with threading or something like that. But regardless, I think it's been fixed. I think this next chapter will be a lot more enjoyable because it's fixed. It wasn't a bad chapter from my memory, actually. I liked it. Just that issue was really annoying. Let's do it. Exit the save menu, of course. Let's do this.
ルカがあの島に行ってしまいました。
あの島に。
無理を承知でお願いします。ルカを助けてください。
灰原。
And now we're playing as this guy. Look at his spinning figure. Anyways, let's check out these few outside areas. This is actually one of the only times I know of in the game where you go outside. You probably go outside more later or something, but I think this, out of all the I've played, this is the only part where you actually are outside. So it's different. Also, he's kind of walking weirdly. We'll figure out why in a second. But just how he has his hands. Now he's kind of walking in place is mainly it. My notebook. How did he get here? There you go, a notebook. A newspaper clipping is inside. Missing girls found safely. Late last night, 5 girls who went missing 2 weeks ago were found and taken into protective custody. The girls were identified as follows: Misaki Asao, age 7, Mary Shinomiya, age 7, Madoka Takimori, age 7, Tomo Nanamura, age 7, Ruka Yomotsuki, age 7, all 7. The incident occurred on the same day as the Rogetsu Kagura dance in a series of mysterious incidents. The girls' disappearance had attracted some attention. They were placed in protective custody yesterday at around 11 p.m. in the Makura Bay police station. Officer Choushiro Kirishima found the 5 girls on the premises of Habera Hospital and their identities were confirmed. The police are pursuing personnel in the Habera Hospital as material witnesses in the kidnapping of the group of girls. And here's a tutorial. Handbook. Shows data obtained while advancing in the game. You may review this data at any time, and this is when they teach me about it. We also got a tape recorder. Kusuriro's the tape recorder I used in my investigation. And then a tape contains a tape recording about the incident. Here we go, The Forgotten Day, Chapter 3, starring Choushiro Kirishima, who is the cop who found the 5 girls years ago, and our playable male protagonist.
あの時神隠しにあったルカたちをこの病院の地下で見つけた。それで全てが終わったと思っていた。だがあの時の5人のうち2人が死んだ。事件は終わっていないのか。
Handbook Kidnapping Case Summary added. And I know I'm butchering his name terribly, but yeah. Well, let's investigate the few things that we have. Look up into the night sky first. What a night. Also, weird sounds coming from the hospital, or is that the well? Or both. Records! Let's do it. First of all, media. I'm going to listen to the hoarse voice. Investigation record 1, interview. Well, let's first listen to, I guess, the tapes investigation record 1. Let's take a listen.
9月16日、老月島到着。灰原が手配されてから2ヶ月が経った。依然行方は分かってない。明日行われる老月神楽は、この島出身の者にとって特別な意味を持つ祭りだという情報にかけてみる。灰原がこの島に渡ったという証言はまだ取れず、本部は動かない。東京での捜索を進めている。しかし灰原はこの島にいるような気がする。これは俺の勘だが、冷酷なやつほど 窮地に立つと何かにすがりたがるものだ。
Well, that's a little bit of information there. Summary. I guess we have the summaries of the last 2 chapters as well. You can kind of guess how many chapters there'll be in the game from this, actually. Let me sort of do a spacing test here. There's the prologue and Chapter 1, Chapter 2. There'd be room for Chapter 3, Chapter 4, Chapter 5, Chapter 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 or 13 is my guess from this, but maybe 14. Well, Chapter 1, Out of Time. If we cannot remember, does it no longer exist? Chasing Misaki and Madoka, another person, a girl, comes to Regetsu Island. Ruka Mansuki, one of the girls who was kidnapped 10 years ago. She was a native of the island and after the incident left the island with her mother, Sayaka. Ruka also returns to the island with reasons of her own. Daughter of an influential family, she wants to recover the memories she lost 10 years ago. To find her father's fate and the fate of the islanders, and most of all her own fate. To find the key to her memory, Ruka wanders Regetsu Hall and encounters Madoka, who has become a ghost. Ruka sees her own face in the library mirror, distorted and ugly. Then Chapter 2. Chapter 2, Renaissance, or Resonance. While searching Regetsu Hall, Misaki meets a girl in black clothes, whom she has met before in her dreams. Come back to Regetsu Island. Misaki wants to know more about her connection to this girl. Led by the girl's image, Misaki arrives at a room. 10 years ago, this was Madoka's hospital room. She knew all of the girls involved that were kidnapped, who were hospitalized in the institute or visited it regularly. They came to be treated for an endemic disease, the Lunar Eclipse syndrome. Caught up in memories, she does not notice that she's been separated from Madoka. Madoka? Where is Madoka? You know what? This is a weird thing to say. I wonder if this game, because this was partially written by Suda51, I wonder if this game has any sort of weird connection to his Twilight Syndrome or Moonlight Syndrome series. Because the Moon is really, really popular with Suda51's games, and there's some weird connection between all of his games that most people won't know about unless, of course, they look a little bit deeper. But there's some reoccurring things that are in this game with Suda51's other games. I'm wondering if this is strangely also connected to Suda's other games, particularly the Twilight Syndrome and Moonlight Syndrome series. Or games, but yeah. Anyways, they're going from there. Because there's some weird connections between Suda's games that you wouldn't really notice unless you really, really dig in deep and pay attention to things. I'm wondering if this is true here as well, because there's some of Suda51's reoccurring things I'm noticing are in this game, and I'm wondering if Fatal Frame 4 has some weird connection to his other games. Anyways. Going from there, that's just maybe me overthinking it, but there is definitely some of his reoccurring stuff in here. Few people and case details. Alright, we got various things to read from his notebook, so people. Starting with Yu Habera. With a biography. Yu Habera, age 27, occupation doctor, director of the Tokyo Clinic. Owns Habera Clinic Tokyo. Killed 3 patients for illegal research. Wanted by the police. Returned to the Regetsu Kagura ritual. Oh, maybe. Son of director Habera. Influential family. Invested large amounts of money in Regetsu's economy. Alright, Sigurta Habera. Biography. Sigurta Habera, age 53. Occupation is a doctor. Director of Habera Hospital. Administrator of Habera Hospital in Regetsu Hall, political leader on Regetsu Island, wealthy and influential, supports many Regetsu operations. Could he be hiding a crime? Kidnapped girls found in Habera Hospital's basement. No sign of his participation. One of the workers who expanded the basement confessed to kidnapping in his last will. His suicide was too convenient. Ruka Minazuki. Biography. Ruka Minazuki, age 17, previously hospitalized, when missing on the evening of the Regetsu Kagura dance, later found in the hospital of Habera Hospital, or later found in the basement of Habera Hospital, I read that wrong, was extremely confused upon rescue. Memory loss was present, though not severe. Took time for her to recover. She came to the island alone, following a friend. Sayaka requested a search and later care for her daughter. Going from there, checking this. From Sayaka Minazuki. Biography. Sayaka Minazuki. Client requested that her daughter Ruka is found and protected. Her condition is stable, but it's unknown if it will change. Now then. I know her from the kidnapping case 10 years ago. That request was the start of my search for Ruka. Yeah, I'm still searching. Alright. That's all about people. How about the case? Kidnapping case. Summary. The night of the Rogetsu Kagura dance, 5 girls went missing. The Lunar Eclipse Hall had already been closed when the girls disappeared. Not the first to disappear on the night of the Kagura. The people on the island feared that they had not been kidnapped but were taken to the moon. The girls were later found underneath Habera Hospital. An Anon phone call began the investigation. An anonymous phone call. That's interesting. Things. Rogetsu Island. Summary. Traditionally a secluded island, Rogetsu Hall was then built as a sanatorium. The Rogetsu Kagura was later opened to the public and tourists, and existence was acknowledged in Japan at large. Alright. Habera Hospital. Or Habera Hospital. Yu Habera's father, Sugeto Habera, managed the only hospital specialized in treatment for Luna Sedata syndrome. Alright. Luma Sedata. Specific to the Rogetsu Island. Common symptoms: memory loss, nighttime walking, dementia, hallucinations. Luna Sedata was formerly known as moonwalking, as affected people seek out the moon. Moonlight calms their behavior but can cause suicides. If left untreated, has severe dementia, cardiac arrest, and suicide. There is no known cure, and treatments are experimental at best. There you go. All of our notes about everything going on around here. Which means we can probably finally enter inside this facility. Weird guitar strings being played off and moaning, but... well, let's leave the outside now and enter inside.
Kirishima さん、これを。あの島の人たちはもう咲いてしまっているかもしれない。これを使うことがないといいのですが。
さやかさん。
Yep, here's the flashlight. It said earlier that we could equip things to both the camera and the flashlight, but here we have the Spirit Stone flashlight. Let's learn about that. Spirit Stone flashlight. The Spirit Stone flashlight soothes spirits using the light radiated by Spirit Stones. Usage: press the B button to read the Spirit Stone or to ready the Spirit Stone flashlight. When the light is in its ready state, press the A button to release its discharge. Usage: hold the A button longer and the area of discharge will grow. Like that, basically. Look at this camera flashing. Oh, she just blew him. I have good news and bad news. The good news is I fixed the issue where it kept on popping up with error messages when I did the combat. The bad news is I just crashed the game. Let me try something. This is experimental and we'll see how this rolls. I am making a save state. I wouldn't do this, except I don't want to go through that again and again if the game freezes. So I'm going to make a save state to be on the safe side. I'm not going to do save states, I promise, except if there's issues like this. Now if I kill the ghost fast enough, maybe I won't deal with this. Just killing all the ghosts. Hi, Ghosty. And there you go, she balloons. Okay, Choushiro, this is what Sakia mentioned. Was that Blue Mane? I was gonna say, I guess that was Blue Mane that we just saw there, but we actually saw Blue Mane from Madoka first, which I had actually never seen before her do, but there you go. So I guess that's Blue Mane. Don't know too much about Blue Mane. I guess this game will tell us. So, yeah. What has happened to the people of this island? Even Habera is here. Is he somehow responsible for all this? The ghost left something behind. Picked up the power lamp lens develop. Picked up equipped function switch. Two pretty nice things to have. Now we start off his chapter. His combat's slightly different than all the other characters, I'm sure you've noticed. Get some more red crystals. And there's also a save thing here, which means I'm obviously going to go use that right now. Well, first, let me check over here. There's something to pick up. No, actually, maybe first, before I save my game, though I'm tempted to, I should first loot this room so I don't have to loot it every single time if I happen to die or freeze or something. I think logically that does make sense, so let me pick this up. Looks like a notice addressed to the staff. Regarding Lunar syndrome patients, please take notes on the nighttime wandering habit of patients. Contact me today to confirm the suspected are no interferences with her treatment process. On the night of the full moon, close and bar the doors. I also request a strengthening of patrol around the wards. Thank you. Let me check some stuff through. Still, yeah, okay, I think I can save my game, not worry too much. There's different corners to explore, so yeah. Let's save right there, and good. Thanks for watching the video. I'd very much appreciate if you take a moment to consider donating to my Patreon, which I am using to try and make this more of a livelihood, not just for missed game videos, but little games to make in my own time, and to bring different types of videos to the channel. You can find the link for my Patreon in the description below, or in the video, obviously. If you'd be interested in seeing me recording gameplay videos and doing other things live, I stream quite regularly and record almost all my gameplay over at a site called Hitbox TV on my channel. You also see that in the video currently. Hope you enjoyed the video, and adieu.